Welcome to the Glenville State University Athletic Department, and we are here today in the Waco Center for another edition of the Coaches Show. And our guest on today's segment is head volleyball coach, Coach Keven John. Coach, thanks for joining us here today. League play, open up league play, and we knew you were opening up against a couple really tough teams, with D&E and all the wins they put up last year, and then a team, an NCAA tournament team in West Virginia State. Go back to we'll start with the D&E match and go back to that one, and I know it ended up being in the fourth set, and we almost pulled that one out and really had them on the ropes, but they ended up getting the W on that. Just some takeaways from that match for your squad.
Well, we do believe that some of the things that worked well for us in that match were our strengths. We performed our strengths well. Serving, big strength of ours. And you saw that fourth set, that's where we started wearing them down, and we came back in that fourth set and took the lead and had some opportunities to win the set to go to 5 against the number 2 team in our division from last year, and also picked this year to be number 2. And we were right there with them. We did a great job. We had some weaknesses flare up that we need to address. A few blocking issues and preparedness there. Some other small details that where you let points go away. Continuing to play when the whistle hasn't sounded. Things of that nature. I mean, bad calls are going to happen, and you got to take advantage of the bad calls for your side. We can't be officials for our side also. We got to play to the whistle, and so we gave up a couple points. And a couple points against a good team, that's the difference. I mean, that's a huge difference, because in volleyball, it's the point you didn't get and the point they got. It's a 2-point swing every single time. Yep. So you've got to really fight for all of those, even in the random situations. And we struggled a little in the random situations here and there. But boy, we fought hard, and we gave them everything they could handle. And honestly, that could have gone another way. We both talked at the end of the night, and I know we both agreed that could have gone either way. Both of us coaches said that thing, which we didn't know how that was going to come out. It was a good match, a lot of fun to watch, and I thought we did a great job.
And then coming off that, it was almost a Jekyll and Hyde Friday night. State came out 25-4 and just hammered it. But then you all took control and was up 19-11. And I'm watching that, and then it went off the rails. State went 14-1, then went up 8-2 in the third set, and basically that was it. Just dissecting that whole sequence.
So young team, shoots and ladders. We just hit a pretty big shoot right there where we weren't ready to play. We didn't come in ready to fight against one of the best teams in our region. We weren't prepared. We played them the first time, and we gave them everything they could handle. We let them know that we were there. I think that then went and took it a little more seriously and probably prepped for us a little bit better. And good for them. Don't take anything away from what they did. But we just weren't ready to up our game against that whatsoever. And I can't say everything that happened was them. A lot of it was us. A lot of us was letting down, not being present, not being focused as we should have been. Being young, we laid it. Let's be factual. We laid a pretty big fat egg in that one. Boy, it wasn't a good day for us at all.
But with that being said, you took a set from them over at the Wesleyan tournament.
We did.
Okay, and obviously they were much more prepared. They were on top of their game, yet you still had that segment where y'all went up 19-11 in that second set and was taking their best punch. And what can you take from that to move forward, that you can play with this team if you stay on focus?
I think they already all know that they can play with that team. And what we take from this is the fact that they were wildly disappointed that we didn't do better, and then we come into work probably a little bit harder as a result, would be my guess. We'll see today at practice, but I think that they all realized that they let something slide by that was an opportunity, and we're a young team, and I think hopefully that coalesces around some effort and some idea that we're going to have to be a little better focused and prepared. Really, that's the bottom line. It wasn't game plan, it wasn't execution, it was us not just being there. And in that second set, like you said, we went way up, but then fell asleep again and couldn't perform like some simple switches and some other things that we wanted to get done in order to match up against the other side. And again, that's just us having to get a little sharper, sharpen that pencil up a little bit, and that's to be expected. We're a young team. We're a very young team. It's going to happen occasionally. We're going to lay an egg. I highly anticipated that happening more than it happened to this point. So I think we're still ahead of where we are. I think just going forward, I think you forget parts of that and just put it away and not think about it. And then parts of it we focus on and improve.
That's part of league play
Yep.
on the college level. There's 2 more games the following week, and you keep going for, 16 matches and 2 more this week. And it's unique here in that last year was a rebuilding year, and you did pull a win over the Wesleyan team and competed very well against Charleston, certainly in one of the matches there. And now that both those teams are improved, but we are very improved. It creates some interesting matchups coming into this week.
I agree. So just to touch on all of it, the MEC is improved top to bottom. I don't think there's a team in the conference that didn't get markedly better. I mean, I haven't seen every single second of every single one of them, but I know on our side, in our division, everyone jumped up. Everyone got better. I don't see a team that didn't get better. So it's exciting to test ourselves in a tougher conference and to have these opportunities to show what we can do and get, steel sharpens steel kind of idea. We're all going to have to go at it every single match. There's no gimmies, there's no giveaways, there's nothing. Wesleyan already pushed early in the season against Charleston. They already showed that they're a lot better. I think it's going to be an exciting matchup to see where we are and see what we need to work on and to see where we've improved. And I think that we're going to do a great job. I think we're going to recover from that Friday, and I think it's going to be fine on Tuesday. And then, of course, Charleston coming in. They were 3rd in the conference last year. They run very fast through the outside. They present some unique challenges if they stay in system. We're going to use some of our strengths to hopefully take them from doing what they like to do and make it a little bit tougher by putting pressure and making us getting the ball how we want it. And that's volleyball right there. It's just if you can influence the other side to give you the ball how you want it, if you can then go at them with your style and your play, you can win and you can beat any team. And I think that's where we are. I think we can beat any team in this conference. And
certainly, we had Wesleyan, they got us over there in that tournament. They have a couple of skilled players that they were able to exploit and put them in positions to make plays. You've had a couple weeks now to removed from that contest. Plus we're home. What we're looking for tomorrow night here in the Waco Center.
Well, I think we are going to probably think more about what we're doing and how we want to put pressure on the other side more than specifically changing what we do to stop certain people. Now that being said, there's some quality athletes on that side, and they've got some nice new middles, and they've got some good things working that they hadn't been as efficient with in the past that we're going to actually talk about. But if we do what we're supposed to do, then we'll get the ball back like we want. So you'll see us running fast. You'll see us serving tough. You'll see us selling out on our passing and being able to run our middles. You'll see us basically running a complex offense that should put them in a tough spot to play defense against. If we can do that and we can then slow them down through their speed of their offense, we'll do well. That's what you should be looking for us, is discombobulating them a bit, hopefully.
Well, it's shaping up to be a really exciting match. Excited to be back in here, and we've had a couple non-conference matches in here with with the new lights and of course y'all's hype video, and it's been a shout out to Draven and his folks. But we're real excited to be back here after a week of all the teams being away and have some home matches. So.
Oh, we're definitely happy to be back. We're excited to get the crowd in, have everybody support us, and show everyone what we can do.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, appreciate joining us here this afternoon, and appreciate all you out there for joining us. We'll be back to talk more GSU volleyball next week. Thanks for joining us.